Oh my goodness. All right. Now it is time for the Arts and Humanities category. And let me tell you a little bit more about our inductee, Mick Moloney. Mick was an Irish-born American musician and scholar. He combined careers of professional musician, musicologist, record producer, teacher, and arts presenter, consultant, and advocate. He recorded and produced over 50 albums of traditional music and acted as advisor for scores of festivals and concerts all across the United States. And if that weren't enough, here's some more about Mick.
When the Prince of Wales came over here and he made a hubbub, well, everyone turned out, you know, in golden tins of
Mick Moloney was a renowned Irish-American musician, folklorist and scholar whose life's work profoundly shaped the preservation and promotion of Irish music and culture in both Ireland and the United States. Born in Limerick, Ireland, Moloney grew up immersed in the rich musical traditions of his homeland. He became an accomplished player of the tenor banjo, mandolin and guitar, and was a central figure in the Irish folk revival of the 1960s. He first gained prominence performing with two of Ireland's pioneering folk groups, Emmett Spiceland and the Johnstons, bands that helped redefine traditional Irish music for a new generation. In the early 1970s, he immigrated to the United States, where he embarked on a distinguished academic and musical career that bridged the old world and the new. Moloney earned a PhD in folklore from the University of Pennsylvania and went on to teach at several institutions, including New York University and Villanova University. He combined rigorous scholarship with a deep love for performance, curating and producing numerous albums and concerts that showcased Irish and Irish-American folk traditions. A passionate advocate for the preservation of Irish-American heritage, Moloney documented the lives and stories of Irish immigrants through music, oral history, and scholarly research. He helped illuminate the intersections between Irish and other ethnic musical traditions in America, particularly through his work with the Green Fields of America, a touring ensemble that featured Irish music, song, and dance. He was also the author of two important books, Far from the Shamrock Shore, which explores Irish immigration through song, and Irish Voices from the American Heartland, co-authored with Dan Milner, a rich account of Irish-American identity and culture. Throughout his life, Moloney received numerous honours for his cultural contributions, including a National Heritage Fellowship from the National Endowment for the Arts in 1999, the highest honour the US government bestows in the folk and traditional arts. In 2013, he was awarded the Presidential Distinguished Service Award by Irish President Michael D. Higgins, acknowledging Moloney's pivotal role in connecting the Irish diaspora through music and scholarship, and the following year received a TG4 Gradam Ceol Award, recognising his outstanding contribution to traditional Irish music. Mick Moloney's legacy lives on through his recordings, writings, and the many musicians and scholars he mentored. His work ensured that the stories and sounds of the Irish diaspora will continue to resonate with future generations. Tonight, we proudly induct Mick Moloney into the 2025 Irish American Hall of Fame for his extraordinary achievements in arts and humanities, and for a lifetime devoted to enriching lives, strengthening communities, and carrying forward a proud legacy of Irish spirit and American innovation.
I've literally done none of the things that he did. My dad hated the fuss, as he called it. For someone whose profession required him to quite literally be the center of attention on stages, His aversion to being the subject of praise, accolades, and even awards was near comical in its contradiction. And it's not that he didn't appreciate or even quietly cherish the recognition. It's that he wasn't in it for the personal glory. He had little, if any, interest in being the face of Irish music. His primary purpose was to keep the music violent, the music of the home he loved with every ounce of his heart alive, and to deepen the connection to the Irish roots of his listeners. Which is exactly why this is a fuss he would have loved. There was nothing he loved more than being Irish, and all he wanted is for you to love being Irish too. He appreciated all avenues in which Irish culture was championed, though, as a diehard Philly sports fan, with respects to his fellow inductee Kevin McHale, who we would be personally honored to be associated with, he did not like the Boston Celtics at all. But he wanted to share the music that he felt captured the true essence of the Irish experience in both its glory and tragedy with the world, because he felt that understanding the lows was key to really appreciating the highs. And he lived for finding the connections to the Irish experience with those of other cultures. For example, I love rap. If Wikipedia ever goes down, I have 90s rap covered, so. But he'd hear me listen to the Public Enemy. He'd hear me listen to Public Enemy, NWA, Wu-Tang Clan, all of the groups that self-described them as the ghetto CNN. And unlike the parents of my peers who found the subject matter and language offensive, he was captivated. His son couldn't play an instrument to save his life, but he was listening to music that didn't just have substance, but it was music of the oppressed, and that was something that he could understand. He'd find the one-to-one connection between the subject matter of the music I loved and the similar themes of oppression of Irish songs that he loved, and find endless joy in thoroughly explaining to me, which of course I didn't appreciate or even understand until years later when I was no longer too cool to listen to wisdom. And that's why this would mean so much to him. This isn't a big deal made over Mick for the sake of being Mick. This is tangible proof that his goal of being a champion for Irish music and culture was a success. And for that, he would be endlessly honored for all of the fuss. So on his behalf, I thank you all so much, and I'm thrilled to take part in this fuss. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.